Hey, 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 this is your recap Auntie. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Sharp. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, everybody. Hey, how y'all doing? Doing good. Hopefully you are. Thank you for asking. Thank you. Whoo. Yes. We are here to do a full recap of episode number 13. Like, I'm kind of confused right now because the way that they have it on my YouTube TV DVR, they have the recap, well, the show from Monday when they did all of the cast. They have that as they have that as episode number 12 or 13. I can't remember, y'all. But whatever it is, it's gonna be. I ain't gonna have it on. It'll be on the screen. You'll see what episode it is today. I think it's 13. I think today is 13 because yesterday was 12. But anyway, hey y'all. Thank y'all also for those rascals out there who told me that Leslie was the first one to say Billy Goat. All right. I just wanted to make sure, my memory is good, but it ain't sharp. All right. It's good now, but it ain't sharp. All right, let's go ahead and get this party started and get this episode together and recap it in 5, 4. I was so mad yesterday, I didn't even do the countdown, y'all. I was so mad at that episode yesterday, I didn't even do the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we at the red door. Tyrell coming downstairs. I'm like, hey, y'all know y'all have to give me another tux. So Smitty was like, wait the fuck a minute. You growing out already of the one we bought you last summer? Oh, yeah, you don't notice that old bro's getting nice and swole. Samantha was like, honey, where? I mean, them baby sissies or something. He said, you don't want your kid looking all dorky, do you? So Martin was like, well, explain to me the need of wanting a penguin suit now. Well, Samantha was like, oh, honey, Mimi, please pick me. Remember the need that I needed to wanted to be a dab was like bowing down to the patriarchy and somehow betraying our own people in one right white dress. Well, Captain Hypocrite Bro is going to be Jessica's arm candy when she debuts with me in the spring. Oh, come on now. We at the damn precinct. And Marcel shows up. Look at all happy Honey Pippin in there, taking off his jacket, just smiling. And mean ass Jacob. Man, Jacob, you just had a fun party time with your wife. And he told, it's nice of you to finally show up, Marcel. Y'all ain't even partners no more. But you looking good in that black shirt, bro. Hey, Jacob. A man gotta eat, so I ate. Don't kill my damn mood, boy. You missed the briefing for the DMV's new database. The whole department barely touched their donuts and coffee. We actually care about bringing crime the fuck down. Well, I don't need a fucking program to tell me that perps switch territories on the regular. Now I'm telling you, girl. Marcel is looking real cute, and his cream. Are those like what type of squares is those? I've seen it's like Balenciaga squares, and his haircut. Hey, Marcel with that strong jaw. Mm, I think I like chocolate ice cream too, Shanice. Cops been cops been swapping notes across precincts since forever. That's what Marcel said. And showing up early, man, waste of time. And since my geeked out ex-partner busy out here urkling the room for his old man. Not urkling the room. Jacobs is the most disrespected cop on this force. I don't even think he understands that. Even his own pappy don't respect his ass. I'm observant. Like I noticed that you got a damn shirt on that costs more than your weekly take home. I mean, that is an expensive ass shirt. I've seen those squares before. Let me take a picture, see if ChatGPT could tell me what designer that is from. So there's a little red on his collar. I can't find it, y'all. Y'all will tell me. I'll look it up and see what damn shirt that is. But I've seen that design before. So Jacob with his old suspicious ass. Hey, what the fuck is that? Is that blood on your collar? No, Marcel says. Ain't no bloodshed. Walking through here with an extra pep on your step. That smile on your face. That's what you should have done, Jacob, after the night you had with Naomi. Y'all was chasing each other around in your new apartment that we never see. What the fuck? Why your balls is it's such in a knot this morning? God almighty. So Jacob looking in deeper. Nah, nigga, that's lipstick. Wait a minute. You traded a mandatory meeting for a hookup with that, it's still open case? Psycho bitch, Leslie Thomas? Get the bop, bop, bop. This like the way I like my bop baby. Sorry, y'all. I just got some great news. We have a new with my sorority, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. We do recruit and all the sororities. I mean, all of the wonderful sororities, especially I'm familiar with the Divine Nine. We recruit honorary sorors who are celebrities. So last year we did recruit Angie Stone, and unfortunately, she was killed in a horrible car accident. So she really didn't get a chance to see our last Founders Day. Well, anyway, Lexi Allen, she's a wonderful comedic singer, gospel artist. She put on her page that we have a new honorary soror. Her name is Miss Stephanie Mills. And she lives in my city. I got to find her and hug her. I love Stephanie. Because of Stephanie Mills played Dorothy, when I saw her when I was young, I've always wanted to be on stage. When I have a chance to meet her, I will let her know. But I'm going to find her ass. God's going to connect me with her. I know he is. Yes, I said acting God in the same. It's in the Bible. Okay, back to the show. Okay, next scene, we open up and we see Nicole with a beautiful emerald satin blouse. Her lips are gorgeous. They like a orange color. So we hear a knock on the door and it's Carlton. Carlton, for me, he's coming bearing gifts as he always is. Y'all were talking about a little bit in the comments about this Carlton thing. Nicole does not want what Carlton wants. She doesn't. He wants something serious. I think that she still sees him as Ted's best friend, and I think that she's not willing to cross that line with him. I feel like she'll be more comfortable with Kyle than she would with Carlton, but only time will tell, honey. Okay, as Carlton was coming in, Nicole was closing a file, and I'm gonna try my best to take a picture of this. I don't know whose signature that is. That was October 15, 2024. They showed a close up of this file. I don't know why would they do that unless it meant something. But that signature is crazy. It look like somebody took their foot and just signed a signature. Let me see if I take a picture of this cuz I don't know why would they show a close up of the file um cuz I had to really do this like really quick just to make sure that I got it. Y'all go see the words from the closed caption on the screen because I'm taking it from my other phone because I'm recording on my iPhone. But why would they show a close up of the of this folder? Hmm. Oh no, I can't tell whose signature that is. It's real weird. All right. So he says it's for me. She said, but I'm supposed to unwrap it. Hmm? Well, I get to watch as he sits down and watches her unwrap his package. All right now, I wasn't feeling Carlton until this happened. Y'all already know. She opens up the package. Theater tickets. So he says, look closer. Y'all already know. I told y'all about theater. Y'all already know. 15 years this year for me. Y'all already know. A midwinter night's dream date, Nicole says. I'm a little behind on my Broadway, but I can't say that I've ever heard of this one. I haven't heard of that one either, Carlton. What's the tea? Ooh, the devil. The night of the Winterfest, you ended up with my understudy. Oh, this is about Kyle. See, the first time that I saw Hamilton, there was a sub in for Lin Manuel, and it was great. But when I saw it with the original cast, I can't even say this without a smile. There is nothing that compares to the magic of the right people on stage together. You talk about language, Carlton. Ooh! I would like to show you what it's like to spend the night with the real leading man. Hey, Carlton. Y'all know I be flip flopping, honey. That's what we do. Not when it comes to Cat. Now, I'll say if I'm disappointed in her, but it's still something there. It's like now you know it's competition. I mean, he always was a romantic person, but like she said, this was about Kyle. We're out at the nurse's station. Naomi comes to the hospital. Hey, Shanice. Shanice says, girl, if you're looking for Ashley, she's doing the Lord's work, honey, because the flu, took down two of our ER's finest. Why are you at the hospital, Naomi? Hmm? Why are you at the hospital when everything's fine? Well, that does sound like my selfless best friend, Naomi says, but I'm not actually here for her. Shanice says, everything all right? Everything cool? So we see, is that Dr. An? Hey, Mrs. Hawthorne. That is Dr. An. She says, how's everybody holding up? Oh, you know how we are. We like the Dupree. She says, wait a minute. Anita's not scheduled for chemo today, is she? Dr. An said. But actually, I'm really glad that I ran into you, Naomi says to Dr. An. Do you have a minute? Yeah, I got some time before my next appointment, girl. What's up? You know Shanice is there listening. Just questions about my mom and the BRCA gene. Dr. An says, girl, I'm not an oncologist, but we can start. Let's take a seat. Let's sit the fuck down. Let's see what's going on. So Shanice's phone rings. I just manifested you, honey. I was thinking about you, and then boom, you called. And it was sad. Till Ted was like, well, I hope you still feel that way when you hear the news. Uh-oh. What happened with Obelisk? So she was like, it won't be the first or the last canceled dinner plan. So he looking like, what? Who the fuck is canceling, boo? I'm looking real forward to our dinner. Ha! She says, and dessert, honey. Don't forget about dessert. He was like, hell no, never that. She's like, then why the gloom tone then? He says, Obelisk is closed for a private party. She says, I mean, with all that money you spent at that auction, you would think that they would move that fucking private party just for you. Oh, I had my heart and mouth set on, oh, that famous ricotta gnocchi. He was like, well, can't you set your sights on something equally scrumptious like me? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, do tell, she says. He says the club has the best steak in the DMV. So y'all want to take her to that damn country club? Shit. She was like, do you mean Fairmont Crest? He said, of course, Fairmont Crest. Honey, please don't ask me the difference between a fish fork and a fruit fork. I don't know what it is. I don't know the difference between the salad fork and I know you like Char. Tell me, y'all, which one is fork is what? Salad fork, meal fork. Y'all let me know. Remember, I'm causing engagement. And it's not just any country club, she says. It is like the bedrock of the Dupree dynasty. Your ex and her family built was like a legacy built on that sacred soil. He's like, okay. You make it sound like Camelot. But take it from me who lived in the castle. The Duprees are just like you and me, girl. No better than anyone. Well, if Nicole is a real girl, honey, then I'm cooked because I don't know any woman who wants to watch her ex high step on her home fucking turf with a new boo. I mean, I want to tell you, Ted has the best read sometimes. He says, look, Nicole didn't get the club in the divorce, honey. She's dating again, and I'm dating again, and I can bring whomever I want as a guest. And I want to bring you because I like you a lot. Oh, Ted. Wow, he says if your ass ain't welcome there, then my membership ain't worth the card it's printed on. That is chivalrous as fuck. But the Duprees may be fine with you still being in the club, but bringing a plus one who's Nicole's coworker. Shanice, come on. You know that Nicole is dating Ted's best friend, not ex best friend, but best friend. Come on, girl. Coworker, best friend, girl. He says, look, you let me worry about the reception. So while he's talking, Kat is coming in. He says, I don't care if you fill all the glasses with water and play death metal for all I care. So he was like, hey, baby. He says, Shanice, Kat just walked in. And Kat has an attitude. I did not speak her up. Dad, don't baby me. What in the world, Kat? Please explain why you invited my half sister, trifling ass, all up in my business. He says, well, I'm sorry that your ass is upset, but when I found out that my baby girl wasn't genetically predisposed to cancer, I wanted to scream it from the fucking mountaintops, all right? And yes, share that shit with your sister, all right? You can burst with happiness with literally anyone else, Dad. The mailman, a waitress, fuck, your friend from the fourth grade. The one person in the whole world you absolutely cannot burst with is Eva. Whoever wrote that line, Mm-mm. And I thought he was gonna say that. He said, "Your asses might not like each other, but one day y'all gonna need each other. Something's gonna happen with him, or something's gonna happen with one of them. One something's gonna happen, either with Ted or with one of them. For what? Even if I need an organ from your spare air, I'd refuse. Girl, you'd rather die? Okay, you being too extra, girl. You being way too extra. How can you forgive Tomas but not forgive her? That's I'm still I don't like it. That's how little I want to do with my half sister. When just a few months ago you was willing to go over there to give her a purse. I remember that when they showed that episode on Monday, she was willing to go over there to give the girl a purse. Why? What happened now that you're just so well because of Tomas? But you forgave Tomas's ass. You get points for effort and imagination. We're back at Nicole's desk, office with her and Carlton. Well, I do believe in the grand gesture during times like these, Carlton said. And what times are those? She says. When I need to erase the memory of a night with Kyle from your oh so beautiful mind. Mm. Dr. Fitzgerald, if I didn't know any better, I would say that you were jealous. Wait a minute. Huh. Vanessa is at the Bird Cafe and she slammed her phone down. And so Kyle is there. Says, wait a minute, what did that phone ever do to you? She said, "Look, you know what? I'm not." She looked at him. She's like, wait a minute. That, yeah, that's her best friend's new kind of sort of boo. Let's see what Vanessa is going to say. Vanessa's wearing that little leather jacket. When I tell you she became a madam, honey, she just changed her wardrobe altogether. So she says, "Oh, hi." He says, "Yeah, you're Nicole's friend from Winterfest." He comes over to her table. "Vanessa, that's me, and you are the orthopedic surgeon." "Yeah." "Kyle, yeah, that's me." "Everything okay?" he says. She said, "I just got ghosted by a potential business lead again." Man, I ain't gonna sit here and act like I don't like the chemistry I see between Vanessa and Kyle. I can't even lie. But I know I'm reaching. I know I'm reaching, but shit. They look really good. He says, "Well, is that typical?" She's like, "Well, in my line of work, more than you know, honey." I'm a little embarrassed you seeing me in such a state, though. I guess I made a bad first and second impression, huh? He says, "What do you mean?" She says, "Well, I was a bit out of sorts at Winterfest. It's very unlike me to be that distracted, especially when there's," she looks at him like, "so much to see." Yeah. Yeah, remember she was she would licked her tongue at Leslie when she was leaving out. Vanessa plays drunk well and she knows how to cry. She really plays sad well. He says it does happen to the best of us, but anyway, the third time's is a charm. Uh-oh. He says, "Well, I do hope that your business picks up, Vanessa." She says, "You care to put your money where your mouth is?" "I see you like to push the boundaries around here by sleeping with a particularly crazy perp." We back at the damn precinct. That damn Jacob definitely got his. Y'all already know what I said earlier. He getting on my damn nerve. He's good. He was cool, at the country club, giggling and shit, running out the thing. He was cool. But he's just so angry all the time. Alleged, Marcel says. You never prove anything but innocent, all right? You never prove her anything but innocent at this moment, all right? And I'm gonna need you to start putting some respect on Leslie's name from now on. Are you acting now? If you are okay, all right. Well, I'll respect the fuck out of her like any active threat. Well, if he gave her a chance, Leslie would have jumped on Jacob's bones because she was like, "It could have been you." You remember she said that? Allegedly, he says. Marcel said, "What, Nick? Why you losing sleep over who the one I fuck with, huh? Why you losing damn sleep? Maybe if you got some from that fine Dupree woman, you wouldn't be so damn wound the fuck up." He walks the fuck out. "Are you sure you don't want some privacy?" We're back at the hospital and we are with Dr. An and Naomi talking in the lobby, honey. So she finally admits it. She said, "This is fine. We could talk in your office on the Northwest Stadium. I'd still test positive for the BRCA gene." So she did finally admit it. All right, we're back at the red door. We are not going to go back and forth with Tyrell about why now all of a sudden he want to go to this damn cotillion. We all know why, and I think that that girl want to go there to just fuck it up for everybody. So we'll see if they say anything profound. We'll see, but they're just wanting to know where he got this all of a sudden change of mind to go to this damn cotillion, and they're both surprised about his change of heart. Shit, Martin said, we just want to make sure that you made up your mind and that you're not having it made up for you by your girlfriend. That's all. I'm doing what I want. I just happen to agree with Jessica. Samantha was like, yeah, right, boy. So they was like, well, what the fuck? Why did you change your mind? It's a family thing, right? They was like, yeah, and we want you to remember that shit. Don't be there protesting and shit at the cotillion because that ain't cute. Talking about he made up his own mind. We know. He ain't even Well, I ain't gonna say, but you know what boyfriends do. He ain't even done that yet with that little girl. He ain't supposed to be doing nothing with her, but he changing his mind. I'm bet you he ain't even. They kissed? I think they have, but they just did a little peck, honey. Child. Samantha was like, "Don't be out there protesting at the damn rehearsals either." He told me, "I wouldn't do that." So Mark was like, "You still ain't answered the damn question. Why in the world are you going to the continue when you and Jessica don't even want to be there?" So, so we come to find out that Jessica's dad is making her go. Jessica's dad is making the cotillions bigger than just one night, and the community hiccup is for life. I know y'all be wondering why I be talking like that when it comes to Tyrell, because most teenage boys don't have no excitement in their voices. So we know that he gives excitement, but most teenage boys don't. It took my son forever. He's a grown man now, but most teenage boys don't show no excitement in their voice. So Jessica's like, good boy, whatever. She already put that shit on her UCLA application, and her dad says it'll look bad if she bails. That's the only reason why her ass is going. I mean, if Samantha is a teenager, I think that the sweater that she has on is too low cut. I'll show it right here on the screen. It's just a little bit too low cut for her character. Now she's a grown ass woman. The girl be 31 this year, but that sweater is just a little bit too low cut. I mean, of course, all the girls on here wear short skirts anyway, so it don't matter. So he tried to say, I thought you said, Dad, that we're supposed to represent, blah, blah, blah. Mark was like, look, if you're going to represent, represent. Be in for your family. Don't be in for that girl. And when you suit the fuck up, you putting on the family crest, Martin says. I won't shame the family by bowing wrong. You ain't. Let me go to this next storyline. Well, I will say this Samantha did gather him really good. She's like, you better not fuck this up. She said, this is like the first step in my damn history. Yeah, and your ass ain't gonna ruin it for me because I want being a Deb is more than just dressing up, honey. You making too much of this. I didn't share with her your diary, or we're back at Orphe Jeans. Did I say that earlier? I can't remember. Well, this is Tad talking to Kat about Eva. You told an outsider that. He said, I told your damn sister. I told your sister a joyous fact that your ass don't carry the gene that makes cancer more likely. Ooh, she says, I'm going to say this slow in hopes that you finally hear me. She can be very disrespectful. Cat, I don't like how they showing you this season, girl. I'm liking Leslie more. I'm not Team Leslie now, but I'm liking how the way that they're developing her character to be that boss bitch. But Cat is being a spoiled bitch. So I don't. She's your spawn. She's not my sister. Wow. She's as much as a genetic aberration as that gene that's got your whole family in its grip. Wow. Damn. She said their whole family in its grip. Damn. He was like, wow, my baby girl don't mean that. Yes, she do. Ooh, she says the hell I don't. Cat got that piece of peen, honey. You can she got that damn turkey tail. She was always like that, but this woman, finally crossed the river of Tomas thing, and she's on a whole different tilt. He says, your ass just equated your damn sister with cancer. She says, well, shit, cancer creeps in and makes itself at home and turns your body against you. Replace body with family, and you've got damn evil. Ooh, he said the temper tantrums ain't cute anymore, girl. Woo, this is going back and forth. She says, well, cheating on my mammy wasn't cute either. But your ass slept with a devious, psychotic bitch and expect somehow to get another well bred princess. Ted was like, fuck that. We have come to the end of apology season. Have I ever been anything less than a good father to you? A good father with a big old secret, she says. He says, I have tried to reason. I've tried owning my damn wrongs for all the hurt that I've caused. But I am sure as hell not going to lower my head for the rest of my fucking life. That's it. I am human. Human makes mistakes. And yes, fathers do. Now, you say your ass is grown, then act like it. You have experienced love and heartbreak and all the joy now. Ooh, she says, what happened with Tomas is not the same. I have a little flip in my belly. Y'all know how I feel. That is the same. It's worse, girl. It's worse. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What he did was worse. I'm sorry. What? Ooh. He says, no, it's not, and I can't take it back. I'm sorry. He says that because of Eva, I don't want to take it back. Woo. He said Dana's ass was a mistake. Eva never was. She's a gift, just like you, just like Martin. He says you'll never know how much I love you. I'll tear out my own heart to spare your pain. God almighty, these people write these fucking lines. Whew. And he sat there, he says, and I will do the same damn thing for Eva. And then she says, you couldn't have said anything more hurtful to, oh, I can't do the R's. You couldn't have said anything more hurtful to me. Kat, you was just disrespectful to him. Eva, Kat and Martin, same? You love her the same when you known me my whole life. And your ass have known her for just a damn minute? He was like, Kat, like her if you want, all right? Be responsible for her if you have to. But those feelings, that love, that's Martin's and mine. It's not hers. He says love is not some finite thing. He says he has love for all his children and that he just can't choose one over the other. I have a feeling once I press play, she's gonna say, you just did. Or you could have fooled me or something like that. Let's see what she's gonna say. Well, she says, I can't even look at you. He says, well, baby girl. Whoa. He says, well, that makes two of us. Damn. Ted is like, I'm done. I'm not gonna be apologizing. He reminds me a lot of my boyfriend. He does. It's just the way that he's delivering, this energy. And I'm not saying that Ted is innocent and he's owned it. Even Nicole has forgiven him. No, they're not together, but they can coexist. Kat is just being ridiculous, and I'm still Team Kat, but I don't like how the way that they have written her character so far this new season. So she was shocked and she slowly got out the chair and walked out. Like I said, something's going to happen with Ted where they both have to be there, or something's definitely going to happen to Kat. Something's definitely going to happen to Kat, and Eva will have to save her. I don't like the idea of Kyle holding your hand on a snowy carriage ride. I didn't mean to blindside you. That it's Carlton explaining to Nicole with her very low cut shirt. I just noticed it. You see it on the screen. Go ahead, Nicole. You think that Carlton gonna be wiping his mouth soon? Of drool, y'all. Nothing more than that. Cause she's sexy. When you want something delicious, your mouth waters, right? Yeah. Cause you want to. Mm, mm. I'm sorry. She says, I didn't mean to blindside you, Carlton. He says, you don't owe me no explanation, girl. But I have waited too long to throw the opportunity of us away. Now, what is Kat going to do when she finds out that her mother is moving on with Carlton and that Ted is moving on with Shanice? What is she going to do? She's the only one around here still in a bubble, pissed off. What the fuck she's going to do? Nothing but be under Tomas. Shit, he said, well, doctors who travel a lot is not cutting in line in front of my ass. You do realize that I am not a concession stand. There isn't a line leading to my heart. He says, duly noted. It was a huge step for me to dip my toe back into the dating waters. But your ass jumped in, right? And the water is just fine. And you have made it more than just fine, Carlton. But this isn't just about dating. It's about me owning my life and exploring what works for me. And that doesn't automatically equal monogamy. Oh, she looks so beautiful. I don't know if it's the green in the top, the emerald green satin blouse that's bringing out the green in her eyes, but it's her makeup. She looks so beautiful. She said monogamy. She might not want that. I hear you, Nicole. I hear you, girl. So part of that work is going out with other men. Y'all know I like that word, men. Namely Kyle, he says. And she nodded her head. Yeah. So I thought she handed, well, we're at the Bird Cafe, and I thought that she handed him a damn heart attach. And so she handed him her realty. Vanessa gave Kyle her realty card. He says, Vanessa McBride Realty. It's got a nice ring to it, Vanessa. So he asked her, was she related to Doug? And she said, yeah, he was my husband. So he apologized. He said he didn't work with him personally, but he did hear that he was a highly respected physician in his field. Damn, Doug, you was that dope, and you dropped it for some damn chips. Wow. Remember, he had quit way before he got into that gambling. He was like he walked away from being a doctor. Wow, man, if they open up that fucking clinic and Doug comes back, it will be the top rated moment of the season because we have not seen him. Even if they brought him back with a new face as a new character, when I tell you that shit would be epic and they keep this shit under wraps, that's what they need to do. They need something like a big surprise. They need something like that Danny with the pow pow moment. That's what they need. They need that big boom. The Winterfest was all right. I mean, um, they need something like the Articulates concert. That was cool too. But they need to bring Doug back from the dead, baby, and let Joey be scared as fuck about what happened, and Marcel. That would definitely add a whole new spin to the show. Y'all better do that shit because he's just been talked about way too much lately, and that's how they used to do with Luke and Laura or somebody when Laura kept being talked about because she had died in some type of river. And I think the Cassadines had kidnapped her, but we never knew about it. And they was talking about Laura all the time, all the time. Then all of a sudden we saw her in the castle, we saw the back of her hair. And eventually after like what, 2 or 3 months, they finally turned around and we saw her face and everybody was so happy to see that she was alive. So that's what I'm hoping. We see I hope that they do something with that type of spin. So he kind of tells Vanessa, Kyle tells her that even in that moment, it really doesn't depend on the day because you're gonna always feel that grief. So she was like, "Wait a minute, you a widower?" He said Dr. McBride's number popped up a bit when he was kind of looking for answers of his own. Wow, lost his wife to a heart attack. Damn. She says, "I'm so sorry. Strange club we're in." So he was like, "So, you want to sell me a house?" Man, they look good together. Oh, it's something there. She got leather, he got leather. I'm like, God dog it. Joey, I don't know, boo. Ooh. She said, "Well, I might have my work cut out for me since I hear that you're a bit of a medical nomad." She was like, "Well," he was like, "Well, yeah, I guess you could say that." "Well, how has the DMV treated you?" She says. "Managed to find one or two very unexpected surprises along the way." So she says, "Well, I do hope that they've been positive experiences." And he was like, "Well, shit, no complaints on my end." He really likes Nicole. I like that, but child, I like them together. She said, "Well, just put your roots down, even if it's a short-term rental. You can't quite gauge your level of commitment. So he says, whatever he does, whatever he decides to do, she will be the first to know. So we're back at the hospital, and finally we hear Naomi says that she has the BRCA gene. And so Dr. An is telling her this is definitely a lot to process. So we're going to see what they're talking about and get through this. And it's not to dismiss what she's going through. I just hate that she lied to her family. She didn't really lie. She just says, "I have the answer that I need and I know how to move forward." So she says she knows all the steps that her grandmother took,
to get whatever treatment she needs. But the steps for her and her mom seems to be more nebulous because they don't have it yet. I mean, it hasn't developed into cancer. So now they have to figure out what they need to avoid that if possible. So she already knows. Like I said, the most that I learned about this thing was from her and Madison. She knows that she has to, the risks are high to develop it, but she's got a just as high, a risk to not get it. So she has to be very vigilant about her health and everything. So just, basic facts that they're talking about that we've known about this whole journey. So the doctor gave her two names, one for a social worker, one for a genetics counselor. She said, I don't think I need that. Yes, you might, because when you talk to somebody who's outside of this whole thing, then it gives you balance. It lets you have a place where you can give sound to how you feel. So she kept it, and so Jacob sent her a text message. What did he say? Baby, having a day, but glad I have you. Oh, he having a day because of the fact that he all up in Marcel's business. But that's what he sent her. You see the text message right there on the screen. He looking all concerned because he sent that, and she. Now I see what y'all mean when it says that they left it on red, READ, because I don't get text messages on my iPhone. So when it says left it on red but no response, he looking like, damn. I'm like, damn, Jacob, just give her a chance to respond. Damn, you so impatient. He need to. I don't know what's going on with Jacob. Jacob need another woman to kick it with, just a little bit. But we know he's not gonna do that because he love. And I'm not supporting infidelity, y'all. Just I'm just talking just to be animated and just grab some engagement. That's all I'm doing, y'all. I'm not supporting infidelity. But she needs to be honest with him so that he can know how to move in his career and make sure he's available for her. I mean, and not crowd around her unless it does get to that cancer phase. So, yeah. I just got out of a bad place. The lies, the distrust, the sadness. We're back at Nicole's office, and this is what she's talking to Carlton about. I need us to be different. Something, he says, honest. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't have you any other way, he says. And I get why you might need to see what or who else is out there. Well, that is incredibly enlightened, she says. He says, so yeah, lay it on me. He says, you're feeling Kyle? She just stood there, looked. He said, look, I can handle that shit, I promise. It was refreshing going out with someone else who wasn't there for all of the heartbreak. A clean slate. And yes, he's easy on the eyes and funny. And there was a spark of chemistry. Oh, damn, that was honest. So honest. But that's what you asked for. You asked for honesty. Yeah, you asked for honesty, darling. You sure did. And you got it. I don't like it, he says. But I get it. Shit, he says, and I'm no slouch when it comes to competition. I didn't finish. He said, oh, I'm sorry. There was something there with him, but he is not you. There's a connection with you. You had me going there, he says. Well, Cal does have that little salt and pepper thing going, though. Yeah, he does. Ooh, he says, I do have some attributes, baby, that you haven't seen yet. Tell me about them, stud. I'm just kidding. I am more show than tell, he said. Oh, is it that play that I was promised? She said. Oh, it's happening, he says, and they start to tongue down in her office. That fucking cat! I know he's no longer your problem, but I'm going to need you to tell your ex he's not allowed to talk to me like he just did. She just walks into her mother's office and tells her mother what she needs to do. She didn't even look at damn Carlton like, what the fuck you doing here? She just went straight in. No knocking, none of that. Hi, Carlton, my bad. Mom, you should really think about locking your door when you have company. All of these years, Nicole says, and nobody ever taught you to knock? Oh, wait, girl, I taught you, so there's no excuse. Nice to see you, Kat. Same. Why don't we pick up where we left off at dinner, right? Should I bring my ticket? She says. He says, absolutely. He kisses her on the cheek. He says, bye, Kat. So he leaves and she's waving her little fingers like, "Ay." You guys are sweet. She shuts the door. Weird, but sweet. And progressing, she tells her mama, girl, what did your dad do this time to get your panties all in a twist? Dad is taking Eva's side while the whole family is going through the big C. Hmm? He's right. You haven't even heard what happened, Mom. I don't need to, girl. My shining girl. You have to stop holding on to all this resentment. It's eating away at you and changing who you are. I'm not going to let anyone dim your light, not even you. Maybe we should stay in the bubble, honey. And the club is definitely not in the bubble. This is what Shanice is on the phone talking with Ted about. We're back at the hospital, well, in the lobby area at the nurse's station. She's talking to Tad. He said the bubble. She says places where we can go and where we can go where no one knows that we're seeing each other. We can just get to know and enjoy each other better. He says, you're thinking of making me your dirty little secret. She says, shit, I wouldn't say little. He's like, hell, I'm not doing that again. Shit, I got the t-shirts, the battle scars, and the daughter to show that for it. That dirty little secret would kind of wound up being big, baby. That old crazy ass Dana. He said, your ass should never be in the bubble, Shanice, okay? I will never do that shit again. I want to show you off to everyone, everywhere, including Fairmont Crest. Why am I just smiling during this fucking episode? I'm having such a good time. She says, how can I complain about that? Okay, there's just something I need to do first, she says. He says, what's that? She says, tell Nicole. He says, shit, I don't need to give Nicole a heads up. I need to give her the respect to tell her face to face. And I was telling y'all that last week. Shanice is feeling guilty and that she needs to go ahead and tell Nicole what's going on. Woman to woman, friend to friend, she says. Girl code, got it, he said. When I tell you Ted don't give a fuck. Him and Kat just had the most deepest, serious conversation ever. He's like, girl code, whatever. When I'm gonna see you. Ooh, she says, look, I just don't want to end up, he says, fighting over me in the nurse's station. Ain't nobody gonna be fighting over your ass. She's like, that's your gig, honey. He says, you know that it's nearly impossible not to be charmed by you. You know that, right? I will never get used to you saying things like that, she says. I know how that feels. Some of these lines, y'all may think I'm lying, but my boo says a lot of the same things. I ain't even gonna lie. I'd be like, sometimes when I first met him, I was like, are you for real? Am I being punked? Where the cat? Well, we do have cameras in. Like, where the fuck? Where you get this from? You talk about me? It is so refreshing. Okay, I'm going to tear up. It is so refreshing to hear a man who's as charming and as gentlemanly and as protective as he is to say the most poetic and amazing words and keeps me full. That there's no emptiness. I had so much emptiness for years, and when he came along, he filled up each and every area that where I was lacking. That doesn't mean I couldn't stand by myself, but it's sure fucking good to have somebody to stand and lean on. Yeah, and he fills me up. Yes, he do. So Ted says, I'm gonna keep saying that because that's what you get for being you, boo. She's like, alrighty then, till tonight. He says, till tonight. Man, this is a great show today. I mean, we got Elon. We back at the precinct and he's talking to Jacob. What you got on that tip, boy? What tell me what you got on that tip? Oh my God. Marcel is at the file cabinet. He turns around talking about what fucking tip? He lost some weight too. It's funny how you miss a lot of shit when you getting busy with the town pariah. Jacob, you got on the diabolical black today. What? Chill the fuck out, bro. God, dog. I got a lead that's about to break big out here. Nice of you to humor your kid and his guppy leads. This is what Marcel tells Elon. Elon was like, no fucking joke. Jacob might have delivered us a chance for us to knock down an organized crime ring that cropped up here. Back at the red door, Martin and Smitty are in the living room just talking. Smitty is like on his phone, like something wrong. So Martin was like, I didn't see that page turn out. That was a plot twist I wasn't expecting. Tyrell deciding that he wants to go to Cotillion. So Smitty heard him, but he didn't. He was like, oh, huh? Oh, yeah, who knows? He might end up liking it. It's like, what's going on with you, Smitty? Don't be hiding shit. Because we went through a whole half a season about you telling Martin don't hide shit from you. So tell us what's going on, Smitty. So he's giving like really, really vague information, talking about it's a piece that he's working on. This is another puff piece. See, Smitty, you trash. And Martin is looking like, The fuck? I mean, we went through all this bullshit last year. Anyway, we're back at Nicole's office, and Kat is like, giving my reluctant blessing to have Eva in his life is as far as I go. I'm like, who can talk to this heifer to get her to change her mind when she actually said even if she needed an organ, she would reject it? I don't even know, honey. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what's going to change her mind. I like the fact that seeing the real them, the girl, Colby, she says, I mean, are they going to ever be friends? Because she says that the ratings say that people love how they have their little fights, but I'm tired. I'm exhausted. He doesn't get to give that clear and present danger any ammunition against me. Well, you do think that he broke up confidence, and perhaps he did, Nicole said. Perhaps, Cat says. You don't have the gene, Cat. That's tantamount to your father telling Eva that you don't have the flu. Let the shit go, a girl. How come she gets to be a sensitive gangster, but I'm a spoiled cat? Cause you is. Because Eva is living her life, girl. Fitting in at work with Martin's family. She seems to have something going on with Isaiah Hawthorne. She is not thinking about you. But you have Tomas, your business, and the love of your family, girl. Instead of basking into all of that, you're allowing your ill will to take its toll. What's that doing to your mind, body, and soul? Hmm? I take good care of myself, Mom. Girl, I am not talking about big cup smoothies and Instagram mantras. Writer, yes. Yes, honey. I'm surprised she didn't say matchas because all these girls, the girls are doing their matchas and their coffees and their smoothies, and I'm living this soft girl life. What the fuck is the soft girl life, y'all? I look at a couple of girls on here. What is soft? What does that mean? Because you're still living in luxury. It's like you're not spending as much, or you're using a different filter. I don't know, y'all. Mom, she says, look, looking at your grandmother, okay? It's reminding me of how precious our time is. Mom, I don't even know how to stop hating her. Something, girl, that you've never had a problem with is try. Try, Kat. I didn't get your forgiveness gene, Mom. I got on Danny's scorched earth, pow pow up the country club and revenge gene. I said that last week, she does. If you keep excusing it instead of facing it, your grudge against your half sister will be with us until the second coming of Jesus. She didn't say of Jesus, but y'all know what she mean by the second coming. Whew, I don't want him to come just yet. Let's make it to the other side of this whole, thing that we're going through for the next 3 years. Can we get through this? Please, Lord, please. Kat says, or Eva's inevitable self-inflicted downfall. How? Whichever comes first. So we're back at Orphe Jeans and we see Carlton showing up to have lunch with Ted. Oh no, he was about to go to the bathroom. And so Ted was like, partner. So he turned around like, oh hey, what's going on, bro? I just looked at the follow-up of your jaw reduction, Ted, and I say you, sir, are an artist. That is what Carlton tells Ted. Mm. Ted says, oh, I could say the same shit about Miss Morrow's mini lift. Brilliant. Our genius is fueled by our mutual muse, Orphe Jean's Coffee. Now, Carlton, when you first got there, baby, you was on your way to the bathroom. Then you turned around and sat down. So what? You was going to wash your hand. What was you doing? Why you just didn't continue to do that? So it kind of felt a little uncomfortable. So Carlton was like, damn, this is what it's come to. Yeah, man. Yeah, new normal, Ted said. Yeah, us waxing on about coffee. Yeah, and body lifts. And youch. He says about how many years of friendship. Damn, Ted was like, more years than I was married. He's so, sometimes, Theodore. Do you really think that we're gonna slip back into our IPA nights about you, me giving you advice of some woman that you were dating? Oh, oh yeah, it happens to be my ex-wife. So he was like, "Well, I'm being an ass, aren't I?" Carlton says. Well, Ted says, you sat here and I didn't feel the urge to punch you. Well, I thought your ass got punched last week. Progress, Ted says with a beautiful smile. We're hunting vampires. This is Marcel. We're back at the the precinct. I mean, I'm just smiling through this whole fucking damn episode. All my men are on here. Elon, Jacob is looking cute, but he just this frowning all he doing all the time. Marcel, Ted, who else? Kyle. Who else? They didn't show Grayson today, but it's all good. It's all good. A bona fide black market plasma ring in the DMV. So they out there stealing blood. Elon says, not a black market, man, a red market. Marcel says, I can't wait until we get to interrogation with the vampire. Elon was like, damn, look, man, blood products are the currency, baby. It might as well be liquid gold. There's money in plasma, big money. It's $1 billion industry. I used to get plasma like years ago when I was between, I need a little coin. It's good, and I started giving way too much fucking plasma. Then one day I was on that damn table, my whole body got cold. I started shaking this shit. My vein was like, no, we can't give no more. So I ain't been back since. That's right. As much as I would love to stake out these bloodthirsty bastards, Elon says, I'm taking a pass. Clearing that fucking mountain on my desk, all them paperwork and files and folders and shit is my way of moving numbers. Not fucking around with no damn plasma. You never pass on a spotlight assignment, Marcel said. This could be a huge win, Pops. I know. I couldn't go under again unless Doc Richardson gave me a new face or something like that. That's what Marcel says. Why is Ted in your conversation? I can give you a few names that will be half as good as me, and they can definitely get the job done. The chief already has the right man for the job. Me. So wait a minute, you trying to go and do a whole blood? Ooh, blood plasma. Oh. Well, we're back at the hospital with Dr. An and Naomi talking that, An tells her it's not my place to tell you who to share this with, Naomi, because Naomi don't want to tell no damn body. So, Dr. An tells her, it might be wise to share this information with your family so they could circle around you. So Naomi was like, well, actually, I'd rather for my grandmother to use that strength to fight her own battle and not be a rock for me. Wow. So Dr. An's like, well, what about your mom? Well, I don't have the strength to be a mom to my mom right now. What about your husband, girl? Our marriage just got through a little quake, and I don't want to shake things up again. Damn, Naomi, you got a reason for everything. And your father, girl, she said, I just need more time. Dr. An says, I understand, girl, but don't take too long now, and know that you're not alone in this. So Nicole runs into them in the lobby. What a pleasant surprise! What did you two just have your heads together about, ladies? Because she's asking that to Dr. An and Naomi. And of course, Shanice has been on and off the phone with Ted, but she's been very observant. Dr. An says, girl, we just ran into each other and I needed to pick her brain about a case. Go ahead, Dr. An. You better be that ride or die girl. A case? Nicole says. Ah, Dr. An says, yeah, some legal advice for a friend. Thank you again, Dr. An tells Naomi. No, Naomi's like, girl, I should thank you. I will do research on the specifics for that case that we talked about, blah, blah, blah. And I'll make sure to call you to follow up. That will be helpful. All right. So Naomi was like, Aunt Nicole, it's so good to see you, but I'm meeting up with mom and grand, so I gotta go. Dr. An says, I gotta skedaddle too. Everybody said they gotta go. Uh-oh. Shanice stops Nicole and asks Nicole, does she have a spare minute? For you, girl, always. And somebody's phone is buzzing. Who's that? So it was Nicole's phone. She has an emergency situation in the ER, maybe possible self-harm. Shanice was like, "Oh, girl, we don't want to see anyone hurt when it can be helped. Okay, so don't worry about it. Go, girl. It can wait." So it's finally dark at Orphe Jeans, getting dark. That same man in the background with the bald head and the beard, you better make it on season 2, bruh. Bruh, I ain't mad at you. First you was a lot on the background in season 1. Now you in season 2. Drink your coffee, bro. So Ted is like, I gotta run. Oh, you got plans? Carlton says. Actually, I have a date, Ted said. Wow, Carlton says. You're really moving on. So at least the competition is down to one man for Nicole. Too soon. Yeah. Like I said, Carlton is awkward, y'all. I can't, I just said that shit like last week. I'm like, his jokes just be the wrong time. I did not say that. It was like something about when he says things, it's like, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's like, yikes. I don't, awkward. So I hear that you heard about Nicole and Kyle Rollins, Ted says, at Winterfest. So Carlton's like, you know him? Ted was like, yeah, seems like a good guy. He met him at a conference in New York a few years back, Ted says, and Nicole did seem like she was having a really dope time with him at Winterfest. Yeah, I'm being an ass again, aren't I? Yes, you are, Carlton. Ted was like, man, don't sweat it. Watching my partner make a play for my ex is one thing, Ted said. And watching him get cock blocked by a guy who spells his name Kial is another. Because Kyle is normally spelled Kyle. Kial. Ted was like, good luck with that shit. I'm out. I got a date. I ain't got no competition. I'm good. I'm Gucci. We're at the red door, and Kat is making her rounds, trying to get everybody on her fucking side about her hatred toward her sister. She's at the red door talking with Martin. I was in the neighborhood. Girl, you wasn't in no neighborhood. You just trying to feel good about your hatred. You want at least somebody on your side. Ain't nobody on your side, girl. So he tells her, Smitty's in the office working on a new story, and the kids are upstairs actually not fighting. Ah, that's good. He was like, oh hell, what the fuck's wrong? It's giving Eva face. Dad told Eva about me being mutant gene free. I talked to mom and she backed dad up. So Martin was like, so you're mad at dad for sharing your business? Exactly, she says. I know. I'm exhausted with myself. Me too. I did not say that. I was tired. I'm exhausted, girl. Same conversation, different day, same advice. So she looks at her brother. She says, what? Martin was like, I just don't see the harm about Eva knowing the fact. How is it that no one would deliver my ass from Eva? Huh? Why? I used to love that film. And Gabrielle Union, she was great. I didn't like that. I didn't like that movie. It was too, I don't know. Gabrielle makes a good bitch. She always plays great bitches in every role that she plays in. But I didn't like Deliver Us from Eva. I really didn't. He says, well, maybe we should watch it together with our Eva. I mean, you guys can bond over something other than Tomas. So she was beating the fuck out of him, and she said, "Oh my God, my brother think that he's Kevin Hart now." So Samantha comes down with this low cut sweater. I'm like, it's cute for her because she's 30. But if you're talking about a high school, that girl is showing she's showing a line. I'm talking about the clee. That's just too low. It's too low cut for her. I'm sorry. So she comes down and says, "Oh my God, I'm Kat. When did you get here?" Kat was like, "Oh my God, just what I needed to brighten up my life." Oh my God, moi. Be demure, but not self-effacing, Kat tells Samantha. Lesson number one, huh? Samantha says. For your societal debut, girl. That's why I'm here, girl. Who wants Deb lessons? Man, you can't hand this shit off to no damn rookie. We're back at the precinct. That is what Marcel tells Elon. Only from your vantage point, old man. That's what Jacob says. Why you calling him old, Jacob? Doing undercover work, son, you gotta hide away parts of yourself. You know that, right? The part that wants to please your pappy, the part that loves that pretty wife of yours. Careful, Elon says. Now, but Marcel isn't completely off base, son. This might be a little too much for your ass. This is the deep end. How am I supposed to get better at it if I keep getting passed over? You might as well measure his ass for a body bag if you're going to throw him into the vampire's crypt. Damn, Marcel. Look, you only know about this case because of me, Dad, and my informant. Maybe our most seamless way. Oh, no, okay. Our most seamless way in, my informant. He might be able to get us in there. Shit, you gotta bend some rules, Jacob, and Jacob like to go by the rules way too much. That's gotta count for something, right? You know it does, boy. To give me my shot to take these sons of bitches down. Whatever, Jacob. I cannot take Jacob serious, honey. I just can't. So, Marcel says, are you going for experience or boy blunder here? It's Jacob's. Elon says. Marcel's like, well, damn, it's your funeral, kid. Damn, Marcel. You too busy being up under Leslie anyway. You wouldn't have did it. Thanks for believing in me, Pops. Don't get cocky with this shit, boy. You ain't punching the fucking clock. You on the job 24/7. You gotta take on an alias. You gotta pull away from the wife, the family, the friends, your whole life. Damn, see? He needed some type of shake up. Jacob was like, yes, sir. You need to understand, boy, what you're stepping into and what it may cost your ass. Jacob looking scared now. His things fit to pop off now because Jacob is getting a little bit excited. He gonna start acting all real thug and shit. Back at the red door, honey. We talking about this damn dress for this debutante for Samantha. Kat is going through dress options with her on the iPad. I'm telling you, iPads and iPhones are getting their own storyline on this damn show. Every time you turn around, it's in the scene. We'll talk about we'll look at it, see what they're talking about. If not, next. So Samantha kind of talks about she can't imagine having because Kat somehow linked picking out the right dresses same as picking out the wrong sister. I guess you got to make sure you have the right dress, and if you pick out the wrong one, it could be just like having a bad sister, something like that. So Samantha was like, "Honey, I can only imagine having a bad sister. You know, going through family drama and having your parents pissed at you. You know, I can run a whole channel on that shit." So Martin tells Samantha, "Honey, you clown a lot about your squabbles, but you and Tyrell are really tight. You know, like two panties too small. You are tight, boo." And you never disappointed your dads. And so Tyrell was like, what about Nathan? So unnecessary. Oh my God. So she says when their parents brought them home, and when things got too intense, they would Freaky Friday it. So Kat was like, what do you mean? Like the movie? Yes. So if anything got too intense and we were mad at that person, we would switch places with them. We would switch places with the person that we're mad at. Oh, I'm sure as hell not switching places with Eva, Kat says. Then try someone who doesn't hate Eva, like Grandma. This is what Samantha tells her. Try the person on like a dress. What would it be like to look at Eva from their point of view? Hmm. What would it be like not to hate her? Samantha says. And then eventually, what would it be like to be her? I know a little bit about forgiving someone in your family who screwed up and hurt you, and that worked for me. Samantha, your mother had issues. Eva made choices. Samantha's like, honey, forgiving June, it gave her back to me and it gave me back to me because I wasn't so angry anymore. Okay, so they're talking. I'm over at the next scene. Let me complete that scene first at the red door. Kat, it was kind of getting to Kat, and so while she was saying, Samantha, I just so Smitty got a call and had to run out the room to take the call. And Martin is looking like, see, he about that bullshit again. He just had that look. So we see Ted come in, honey, with this tangerine suit on, baby. It's tight now. It's tight. It's tight. I'm gonna have it on here. So he tells her the coach. Well, he's at the country club. I forgot to tell you where he is. Shanice is there. You know, Shanice has body. So he says, coats are checked and our table will be ready soon. So they're in the lobby area. Yeah, it's tight, baby. She stands up with her purple on. He's like, 'Cause, you know, Ernestine, that's her real name. Ernestine, honey, got body, audio. She says it's different being here for dinner and with you. It's different that you want to escape, he says, or she said, like, I just want to take it all in, she said. I just wish I had a chance to speak to Nicole first, she says. The music is really nice. And you know, her and Ted are about the same height, but you know, it works. I'm gonna keep I have to see I'm loving the words that they share and the chemistry that they share. I still don't see the chemistry with each other. I feel the chemistry through the screen, but I don't see it with each other. So I don't know. It has to keep growing on me. He looks around. Oh, do you see Nicole anywhere? Huh? No, no, I don't see her either. He says it's just you and me. Yeah, in a room full of strangers who are gonna judge me. You know what? Mm, But just let's just get back to the me and you part. He says, I don't care what fork they use or what they think. I care what you think. I care about your sexy ass in this dress. And then when we sit the fuck down, I want to hear you and your stories and your laugh, he said, because it does hit different for me too, he says. He says, me being here with you. I didn't like that smile he had at the end. It was real weird. She says, if I forget to say this later, I'm going to tell you now. I had a really good time tonight. They haven't even started yet, girl. I don't know why I just said that shit. I heard it in a movie once. She said, yeah, she said, he says, she says, I'm nervous. He says, you're beautiful. And I had a really good time tonight too. Tad! We hear a voice from the background. It's Anastasia, honey, the town gossip. He turns around and says, Anastasia, you know she gonna drop the tea. She gonna spill that tea in everybody's cup. Why? Well, there was talk that you was gonna find your way back to Nicole, but it looks like you traded in your thoroughbred Dupree heiress for an untamed Mustang. What? Ooh, Shanice was like, bitch, did Antiques Roadshow just compare me to a wild fucking horse? It's a metaphor. Mhm. It is a metaphor. The various figures of speech. I was like, well, bitch, if I'm a horse, then I am a golden showstopper, honey, built for the center ring at the Madison Square motherfucking Garden. You, on the other hand, are one of those old, ornery, overbred fillies that no one wants to ride anymore, bitch. Or should I say nag, honey? Those are the really, 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 really old ones, right, Ted? Right? But honey, you are the wordsmith. I wouldn't want to get that wrong. First that Leslie woman, and now this. Why, I never, Anastasia said. That's all you can say, honey, is why I never. Ted was like, well, bitch, yeah, you never will. You keep acting like that. She skedaddles, honey. Curls just a swinging and heels just a clicking and clapping away. He's like, I ain't never seen anybody chase Anastasia away except for Danny. That's what he said. She's like, well, maybe you were right before, Shanice says. Maybe the country club sets like the hospital. He says, or maybe Shanice can handle herself in any room. Our table's ready. Are you ready to get your eat on? I thought you'd never ask, shall we? So they go to the dining area. They stop at the door, and she says, this is beautiful. So Nicole and Carlton shows up, and Ted is like, Nicole, Carlton. Carlton with his cocky ass. Long time no see. Nigga, you just saw him just an hour ago. And Nicole just stands there and looks. He tells Nicole, yeah, we accidentally met for coffee earlier. That's what Carlton tells Nicole. And Ted says, and now here. Because he knew that Ted was going on a date. And I think that, I don't know if Ted mentioned that he was going there, but anyway, he knew that Ted was going on a date. So you bring Nicole there. See, like I said, that Carlton, I don't trust his ass. Great minds, Carlton says. And so Nicole looks at Shanice and says, when you stopped me at the hospital, this is what you wanted to talk to me about. I didn't want you to find out this way, Shanice says, but here we are. She says, Ted and I are seeing each other. This is what Shanice says. Finally, give Shanice the last word of the episode. Thank you. Episode number 13. Ted is looking like, nah, 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 nah. This was a great episode. This made up for day before. I've smiled the whole time on this damn episode. Let me go and get these pictures up and together. Shit, this was good. I had a good time. All right, see y'all in the next video. Bye.